What's up, guys, and welcome back to part 2 of our playthrough of Adesfort, a RPG choose your own adventure book by Phillip Jackson. In the previous part, we were trying to get to... Where were we actually trying to get to? Oh, we're trying to get to the island of Adesfort.
Yes.
Yeah. So we went in on boats and everyone died by a giant squid monster.
Yes.
And we were left going through the caves on a boat ourselves. And where we ended it, I think we were passing over some skipping stones to try and get across the lake. So that's where we left it, I think. So let's just jump straight back into it.
Yeah, we've just fought a serpent and we are almost across the stone. So we're in the tunnels underground. I'm assuming.
I think we did make it across because we fought a serpent and then it was like you made it across without any issue.
Okay, cool.
So let's do
I'll
it.
read the whole paragraph again anyway. Working hard, Joe, working hard. Good.
Good.
The body of the serpent plunges lifeless back down into the dark waters of the river. You breathe a sigh of relief that not only did you survive the attack, but you also managed to keep your footing on the slippery stepping stones. You quickly make your way uneventfully across the rest of the stones and safely reach the north side of the river. You stand now after getting down from the short wooden jetty on a small sandy bank. The only way ahead from here is the tunnel heading north, just a few strides in front of you. I remember now.
We left it a choice, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think.
Unlike the tunnels and corridors that you've traversed up to this point, there are no lit torches in this one, so beyond the tunnel entrance you can see nothing to give you an idea of what lies ahead. If you are a dwarf, turn to 106, which we aren't. To enter the tunnel, turn to page 49, or if you'd prefer to be a little more cautious and listen at the tunnel entrance...
That's what we were going to do, wasn't it?
Yes, to see if you can hear anything, turn to page 14.
So we're going with the stealth option?
Have a cheeky listen?
Yeah.
I think the only time you wouldn't listen is if you were in like a mad rush or something.
Yeah, or if you're already being chased.
Yeah, I feel like in real life you would be proper
definitely
cautious.
You stand by the entrance to the tunnel and listen for any sounds coming back that might give any indication as to what may lay ahead. You wait a short time but hear nothing and decide that the only option is to go inside and keep moving towards your goal. If you have an oil lantern and wish to use it, turn to 11, otherwise turn to 185.
Yes.
We do have the oil lantern.
Do you think it uses it up by using it?
Not
One
sure.
way to find out, I guess.
I don't think it'll be that cutthroat, this book. I think we'll get through it okay.
We've had enough cutthroat
Yes,
in the last few books.
Yes.
Upon lighting up your lantern, you are able to see that the tunnel leads straight ahead, north, for about 20 metres. From there, it looks to turn sharply out of view to the left. Suddenly, a man comes running up from around the corner and then stops abruptly in his tracks as he sees you, a look of surprise but not fear on his face. He wears a torn and dirty white shirt, dark trousers and boots. In his hand is a sword which he holds ready. He begins to move slowly towards you as he waits for your next move. So this is a human as well.
Yeah, so he's probably just on his defence, isn't he?
Yeah.
Very defensive.
If you want to call to the man and tell him that you mean him no harm, turn to page 17. Or if you decide that it is better not to take any chances and attack, turn to page 1.
We might as well try and talk to him, and if he wants to fight with us, we'll just wreck him.
Yeah.
So
Let's we always start these books
cautiously.
being as nice and peaceful as possible.
Until we end up in sewers and we've been walking around for like 6 hours. Yeah. When he hears your voice, the man stops, but he still holds up his sword. You tell him again that you are here to help. Taking into consideration that you haven't attacked him, it seems that he may believe you. Maybe he believes you, and as he lowers his weapon, you take a step backward and tell... Fucking hell, I can't read. I need to take it slow, that's what I need to do. You take a step backwards and tell him to follow you out of the tunnel. Following your instructions, the two of you make your way back to the river. Once out of the tunnel, you can see each other better, just as you had hoped. The man is a shield lander, as he wears the insignia of the kingdom on his torn and dirty shirt. He's not an old man, which is probably why he's still alive, and is dressed in leather trousers and boots, as well as a shirt, because all the old men just wear loincloths, don't they, usually?
Good.
I know, we'll find one, don't worry. You explain to the man your mission, and he in return tells you that his name is Talbot. He explains that he had been held as a prisoner on the island by the hobgoblins, along with 2 others. They managed to escape when they overcome the guards, but become separated in the tunnels. You are about to ask Talbot if he wishes to join you on your quest when you hear a sound from the direction of the water. To your alarm, you see 3 hobgoblin guards running across the stepping stones towards you both. Each holds a short sword in their hand, and they shout curses at the 2 of you as they make their way across the river with the obvious intent to do battle. As you ready yourself to fight, Talbot turns and gives you a push forwards towards the tunnel. Go, I'll take care of these 3, he says. If you don't complete your mission, then the Shieldlands is doomed. You try to protest, but can see that he has made up his mind and wants to get a head start should he fail to hold off the 3 guards.
Legend.
I know, he's probably going to die. He's going to go out
MVP.
Yeah. He's going to die though, isn't he? Oh, maybe not.
Maybe not. It could be Jan, number 2.
Oh, no. He then takes a small pouch from his pocket and gives it to you. Take this, you'll need it later, he says. Taking the pouch, you thank him and put it in your pocket to check the contents later, and then head off down the tunnel as Talbot turns to face the oncoming hobgoblin guards. Turn to 112.
I hope he doesn't die.
Yeah, so he's given us something, maybe a key to get out. Oh, this combo is actually pretty good.
It's alright, isn't it?
Yeah.
You enter the tunnel. If you have an oil lantern and want to use it, turn to 51. Otherwise, turn to 23.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do. At least we can reuse it because it's not said our oil lamp has been extinguished.
Not yet. You might say if you've used it 3 or more times.
Fall in the water or something.
Yeah. You have to use it, turn to 51. You can clearly see now that the tunnel carries on ahead for about 20 meters before turning out of sight west. Are you doing a map?
I'm going to do a quick map, yeah.
Okay, so
we're in the tunnel.
Yeah. So the tunnel carries ahead for 20 meters before turning out of sight west to the left around a corner.
Yeah.
There are no other visible exits along the tunnel until you walk on. Upon reaching the turning, you think you hear a sound, maybe of heavy footsteps, not just from one person, but possibly a group. You chance to look around the corner to see further down and heading in your direction what looks to be a group of tired, weary-looking human prisoners being led by 2 hobgoblins. The group of humans, about 10 in total, are dressed in rags and they walk heads bowed with shackles on their ankles and wrists. There seems to be some pushing at the back, although you can't see. You guess that there are probably some hobgoblin guards at the rear moving the prisoners along. You pull back from around the corner before you are seen to think about your next move, as you wonder where this group of prisoners are being taken. If you want to quickly search the walls for any alternative secret doors or passages in a bid to avoid the hobgoblins and prisoners, turn to 193. To wait for the hobgoblins to reach the corner and then hit them with a surprise attack, turn to 145. Or to jump out from your position and charge at the group and try and scare the hobgoblins and gain some initiative, or possibly root them, turn to 107.
Oh man.
Ooh,
so there's 2 at the front.
I think there's 2 at the front and maybe 1 or 2 at the back.
What? Because I picture it like there's more at the back.
Yeah, they're being pushed by someone, aren't they?
Oh, does it say we can sneak behind them?
No, we can either try and avoid them by looking for a secret passage.
No, I don't want to do that.
We can hit them with a surprise attack, or we can run out Han Solo style and try and intimidate them.
Oh, I don't know because we don't know how many's at the back.
Should we try a surprise attack?
From the back?
He doesn't say.
Well, I'm because you're waiting for them.
Oh yeah, wait for them to go around the corner then.
Should we do that?
Yeah, let's do it. 145. Surprise attack. And maybe we'll give the prisoners a moral boost and they'll fight for us. You need Chewie. Yeah. I'm just picturing us running around the corner with a laser pistol and getting chased away.
Wait, oh no, it's alright.
What? Are you going to say Ivan Drago quote or something?
No, I was going to say one of our favourite quotes.
Oh, yeah.
You crouch and wait at the corner for the hobgoblin guards to reach you with their prisoners. It is only a few seconds before you see the first hobgoblin step into view and you leap up and attack. You can make 1 free damage score against the first hobgoblin due to the surprise attack. Thereafter, you will have to fight the 2 at the front. The tunnel is blocked by the prisoners, and any hobgoblins that might be at the back will be unable to push their way through to fight. Nice. So, we get a surprise attack on 1.
Mm-hmm. So we instantly do damage to them.
Yeah.
So what's that?
So we instantly do. Let's go to battle page. So what's our damage? Yeah, 5. So, Hobgoblin number 1, let me find him. Their attack score is 7, their life points is 12, and their damage is only 3, so they're not...
Attack point?
Attack score is 7.
Yeah.
Life is 12.
What's it down to then after we take them up?
So, 7.
Oh, we do 5, don't we?
Yeah.
So 7.
And he only has 3 damage.
So do we fight this guy now?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's remember this. So yellow dice is hero, and the black dice is for the enemy. So let me just move this a little bit.
Oh, that's a bold move.
You might have to do a bit of stretching here.
Putting your thing next to Wesker on the floor.
He can't reach it. It's quite high. It's dying. Okay then, so our attack is 11, their attack is 7. So that we're beating the attack score, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Attack score is their power.
Yeah, so that is ours. So we're on 15.
Yes, easy.
Or even more now. So we take the life points of the enemy down to
2.
2. So not bad at all. There's only 2 goblins, right?
Yeah, but we'll do them one at a time.
Okay, so you're rolling for the hero this time.
Oh!
7.
13 for them.
13 for us as well.
Oh, what happens if it's even? You reroll, nothing happens?
Yeah, you reroll. Okay, so again.
Yeah, easy. So he's dead.
Goblin number 1 is dead.
Goblin number 2, his attack is 7, his life is 12, and his damage is 3.
His life is 12. Did you say his life is 12?
Who are these bitches?
Held a message for reason. Aggression. I'll have to put it in the chat. I'm going to allow it. Murder these bitches.
John is so aggressive.
So, damage was 3 again?
Yes.
Okay, so here we go.
Let's go. Why do you always give me the enemy dice?
That's a win anyway. So, Goblin number 2 is. We haven't got pictures. Down to 7. There you go, hero dice. What you get a 1 now?
2.
1. I get the 1, which is good. So, down to 2.
Yeah. Easy.
And again. I'll give you the yellow dice again.
Finish him off.
We do best. Oh, we
yeah,
still
that's
win.
fine, we win. So he's dead? They're both dead?
Talk to these fellows.
If you defeat the 2 guards, turn to page 47.
If you get your first attack in, turn to page...
It doesn't. I made sure to read the whole thing.
The big page. With the final attack, the second Hobgoblin guard falls before you. During the whole encounter, the prisoners had just stood and watched, surprised at your arrival and not really knowing what was going on or what to do. It is now that your guess that there are also 2 guards at the back is confirmed. The guards, because the prisoners are blocking the tunnel and their view, they don't know exactly what has just happened as they try to push through the crowd of prisoners. As the 2 Hobgoblin guards force their way through the prisoners, even though they are tired and have very little fight about them, take advantage of the situation to take revenge upon their captures.
Nice.
The 2 Hobgoblins are pulled to the floor by the prisoners due to the sheer weight of numbers. One of the prisoners takes the short swords from the Hobgoblins and quickly delivers payback before the Hobgoblins have a chance to do anything. The ugly creatures hardly make more than muffled cries as they are held down and their own blades spill their blood across the rock tunnel floor. When the cries of the Hobgoblins have stopped and their twitching ceases, the prisoners turn their attention back to you. You explain to them your mission and they crowd around to thank you. They offer their apologies that they are unable to help you as they are weak from torture and lack of food. You tell them that you have a boat which they can wait in for your return and they can travel back together once your quest is complete.
They just have to get past the serpent.
Oh yeah.
I know we killed
the stepping stones. They return your favour by giving you some help with the way of information. The prisoners tell you that if you follow the tunnel, then you will come to a rope bridge. Cross the rope bridge and that will take you to the direction you need to go. You thank them, bid them well at reaching your boat and then head off along the tunnel continuing westward.
Okay.
Turn to 33.
Whoa, rope bridge, what could go wrong?
Yeah. It's probably a giant rope swing that has got holes in the floor.
You follow the tunnel for a few minutes without event or incident before you come to a junction. The tunnel carries on west the way you've been walking, and there's also a tunnel from this one heading south. To continue west, turn to 74. If you want to check the southbound tunnel, turn to 127.
Indeed, yeah. We're just waiting for a giant boulder to come down now.
Was it westward, the road bridge?
It didn't say which direction it was in, I don't think.
Did they not say the way you keep walking or something? If you follow this tunnel, you come to a road bridge.
Oh, so we keep following it around.
I'm assuming west.
Yeah, so it goes westward, doesn't it? So.
Should we carry on going west?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, if we have to check out the southbound tunnel. There's a tunnel there, but that we haven't been down it.
Yeah, do that, yeah. Because you never know, like, when we're familiar with Fighting Fantasy books, you kind of know, like, if you're missing stuff with this being something we haven't read or an author we haven't read. We don't know how much is hidden away or how straightforward it is. So you decide to keep heading west as you are sure that this is the way towards the town above ground. As you pass the junction, you suddenly hear a rumbling sound and the tunnels and ground begin to shake. It's an earthquake. You dive forward as you see the tunnels both to the south and behind you collapsing in on themselves.
No!
No, that's behind us. But
it also means this is blocked now.
Or the way back.
So it was only west to go. I'm assuming.
So that's a good thing. It means we probably would have died if we would have went down there.
Oh, okay.
Or how many items she needs to pick up. Yeah, we haven't actually found many items in the book yet, so we're not sure.
Oh, we have our little pouch from Talbot.
Oh yeah, we still haven't opened it. Probably when we get out of here. So, so the tunnels have both collapsed in on themselves, and rocks begin falling around you. There is a deafening sound of rock cracking seemingly from all directions, and you struggle to stay on your feet, eventually going down. And then, as quickly as the shaking and terrible sound started, they then stop. It is difficult to breathe from rock dust, and the few rocks from the cavern tunnels struck you. Lose one life point, but you feel lucky that you decided not to take the tunnel heading south as it is now completely blocked.
Oh, snap!
And you would have been certainly buried alive. You get to your feet, gather yourself, and continue along the west tunnel. 83, and I'll take the life point off.
I'm going to draw some boulders around here, and a big arrow this way.
Was 15 our base score then? Yes, it was.
Yes.
Yeah, so we can't go above that. And we've still got 20 health potions to use.
Yeah. Ballin'. You walk along the tunnel heading west. Not far away you can see torchlight. It looks like there are torches burning on either side, marking the end of the tunnel as it appears to open out. As you get closer, you find that you surmise correctly, as the tunnel does in fact open out into a large cavern.
Giant cave troll going to be in here.
We haven't been across the road bridge yet.
No, it could be anywhere.
You are finding that this whole island is a network of natural caverns and man-made tunnels. There is a steep drop at the end of the tunnel, and about 20 feet below is a fast-flowing underground river, about 50 meters wide, running from north to south. Directly opposite, on the other side of the cavern, is another tunnel, and just like the side on which you stand on, there are torches burning on the other side also. Connecting the two tunnels and over the river is a narrow rope bridge with a wooden plank flooring.
Nice.
The bridge is just about wide enough for one person to cross at a time. With no option other than to cross the bridge, you put a foot on the first wooden plank. The wood looks old, but it seems firm, and the rope too looks strong, so you don't think that you should have any problem in crossing.
You don't think?
You start your progress across the bridge. If the wood is creaking, you don't hear it, as the noise of the river underneath is so loud that it drowns out any other sound. As you reach the halfway point, though, you see a figure emerge from the tunnel on the other side.
No.
He's going to put it. A hobgoblin guard. It doesn't see you at first.
But if you have a crossbow or a bow and arrow.
Yeah. Which we don't. It doesn't see you at first and starts across the bridge in your direction with its head down, watching where it's putting its feet on the planks. When it does finally look up and notices you coming towards it on the bridge, a look of horror crosses the hobgoblin's face, and immediately it turns to run back the way it came, obviously to raise the alarm.
Obviously.
You are just over halfway across the bridge. The hobgoblin is about 10 metres from you and about another 10 metres from the tunnel on the far side. You really don't want this creature to get away and alert others of your presence. If you want to chase after and try and catch the hobgoblin, turn to 123. If you found an ornate dagger earlier that had a number engraved on the hilt, no, we didn't. It was keys that we found. Then turn to the passage of that same number.
That's a throwing knife.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, that's all we can do is chase after him.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
We'll have to look out for that knife if we die.
Yeah, I wonder where that could have been.
This might be an agility roll. You run after the hobgoblin. The rope and wood bridge begin to swing from side to side as both you and the guard race across it. Make an agility roll to avoid losing your footing as you run. If you are successful, turn to 1, 4, 3. If you fail, turn to 2 or 3. So that is like a luck score, isn't it? So you have to roll 2 dice and get underneath that.
Under a 9.
Yeah.
Should we roll 2 hero dice?
Yes. Okay. Oh,
that was a 1 as well.
So you can get a 3.
Oh, yes!
Yes.
Oh, we don't have it. We got
this. If you're successful, turn to 1, 4, 3. See, we've not been in a situation where we we don't know if it's going to be an insta-death in these situations, or it gives you a chance to back out.
That collapsing tunnel could have been an insta-death.
That could have been you hear crack. If you have an agility score or fortune, you can back out. But we
possibly. Even though the rope bridge is swinging, you manage to keep your balance and catch up with the hobgoblin at the cavern wall where the bridge meets the tunnel. Accepting that it cannot outrun you, the hobgoblin draws its short sword to fight. If you defeat the hobgoblin, turn to 172. Dun,
Easy.
dun, 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 dun. Oops, that's not hobgoblin.
Okay,
you can have this one.
Skill.
His skill is... his attack is 7. His life points is 10. And his damage is 3.
Attack is 7.
Life points 10. So we can technically kill him in 2 hits if we get lucky.
And damage?
3.
Beautiful. Okay, let's do this.
Bum, bum, bum. Easy.
Down to 5 for hobgoblin.
Name again.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Is that a win?
Fine, yeah.
Dead. Hobgoblin's done for.
If you defeat him, turn to 172.
I'm curious, Philip, if you are watching this, because Philip did actually say that after someone play tested the book, he toned the difficulty down. So I'm curious to see how tough these enemies were beforehand.
Yeah.
If you defeat the two guards, wait.
172.
Oh, 172, wrong page. You defeat the hobgoblin and the creature falls to the floor with a pathetic whimper.
You've got to sound it out.
To avoid your presence on the island being discovered by any other passing guards, you roll the body off the bridge and it hurtles down into the waters of the cabin below. You must now press into the tunnel to continue your adventure. Turn to 77.
Yeah. You enter the tunnel and sense that although it continues straight ahead in a west direction, it's actually inclined and you are now walking upwards slightly. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
You wonder if you're finally getting closer to the town. If that's the case, then it is likely that you may run into even more hobgoblins and need to be on your guard and ready. The tunnel, just like some of the others on the island, has torches on the walls lighting the way. You continue along without any trouble until just ahead you see a thick rope hanging from the ceiling in the middle of the tunnel, down to the ground. As you get closer, you see that there's actually a fissure? Fissure?
A fissure.
What's that?
It's like a crack.
A fissure in the rock.
Anal fissure.
Can you use it in a sentence? As you get closer, you see that there is actually a fissure in the rock, cutting right across the tunnel floor and side walls. The gaping crack is about 3 meters wide.
Don't Google that, by the way.
So you guess that the rope is used to swing to the other side. Do you want to try and jump over the fissure? Turn to 92. Or if you decide to try and swing across using the rope, turn to
How big is it?
165. 3 meters. You can't jump 3 meters, can you?
3 meters.
If you took a running jump,
that's like 9 foot.
You can't jump 3 meters. Go on, try it.
No, let me get the 360 camera out.
I feel like, right, we've come to a giant crack.
Yeah.
There's a rope hanging down that the goblins must use to cross the crack, because there's no way they're jumping 3 meters. Lost Rivers, how's it going? We're not surprised there's a fissure in the crack. Sounds like Sean made that mistake before.
Well, Googling. Yeah.
Alright.
Not jumping over some crack with a on a rope. I think maybe should we checkpoint it?
Oh yeah, okay.
First checkpoint.
What do you guys reckon?
You can go for it.
Should we try and jump the crack, or should we try and swing across the crack?
What if we slip in it?
Win-win.
Right then, so I would say try the rope then, but we're checkpointing anyway.
Can you jump 3 meters? I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, well, I don't know what the long jump distance is. It's probably like 5 meters or something. But with a run up, I feel like you could probably make, because 3 meters is what 9 foot.
Can you jump?
Record is 6 meters.
Oh, okay. 3 meters.
Who though?
Just you.
How a person can jump up to 3 meters on Earth? How many meters would he? That's a riddle, I think.
How many meters can a person jump? Somebody's jumped 8.9 meters.
Yeah, it's an Olympic sport.
Okay.
But
What do you guess? What are you saying?
They've given us how long it is, like measurement wise, to jump. So it's like you logically figure it out, but
I reckon I could jump 2 meters.
you can't jump. Good point, John. We have armor on it.
Oh, John. What if we take our armor off, throw it across the crack, and then rejoin our armor on the other side?
Get naked before we jump the crack.
I would. Are you playing it safe and keeping your layers on?
I think we should try the rope. We've made the checkpoint anyway. We should try the rope, I think. But,
okay. Do you want to swing across? Right, let me make a note.
It feels like a trap though, doesn't it?
It's just because of the way it's like a long rope.
This seems ridiculous. Yes.
If it was just a rope.
We need to know if Phillip was thinking about wearing a full suit of armor when jumping this 3 meters. Let's
use the rope?
Let's use the rope.
Okay, checkpoint drink.
Yeah. I've actually drank quite a fair bit.
Ooh.
Tonight's concoction is vodka, cream soda, and we ran out of cream soda, so we've now put Pepsi Max in there as well, and it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I always take your armor for jumping a gaping crack. Yeah.
Yeah, gotta do it.
Sometimes you got to put your helmet on before you jump into the crack.
It's all about the sensation.
So where are we going?
Try and swing across.
Have you written 77 down?
Yes.
165.
It's got to be a trap.
I would have thought so. You reach out to take hold of the rope firmly in both hands. You pull it back and then with a jump you swing across the fissure. The things I'm picturing right now. You take hold of the rope firmly in both hands. You pull it back, and then with a jump you swing across the fissure. Make an agility roll. If you roll successfully, then to 201. If your roll fails, then you go to 169.
Oh.
With a very big
Can we go straight to 169?
I'm standing on a dog.
That's what, we're jumping officially.
Yeah, right then. So, agility roll.
Okay, yes.
Double yellows.
No, we're going to fail, yeah. Well, I'm going first, less pressure.
What's that, a 2?
2, yeah! Okay.
Successful, 201.
Oh. You swing with ease on the rope across the fissure and land firmly on the other side.
Nice.
After a short rest, you get to your feet and look around to see where the tunnel
A pair of fairy balls.
After a short rest, you get to your feet and look around to see where the tunnel will take you next.
Okay.
It continues onwards in a west direction. You also notice that there is another tunnel that you didn't see from the other side on the right, heading north. Okay, so you can either keep going this way, or we can go up here. To continue west, turn to 153. If you want to try the north tunnel, go to 95. Right, we've already put off the
We've
south
missed a
tunnel.
dagger somewhere, haven't we? Yeah.
But that was a trap. What are the chances this other turn off
cave in
is also a trap? I'm saying we take a risk.
I think we take the north tunnel and just to see, because we missed out on this dagger somewhere, so try the north tunnel. 95. You just write 201 at that.
Yeah, I've done
95. You decide to choose the north tunnel and see where it takes you. Just as another tunnel, it is wide enough to walk freely along. You can see that only a short distance ahead it turns the corner and turns to the left, so maybe draw this down.
Okay.
You can see that only a short distance ahead it turns a corner to the left and back into a westerly direction. You walk up to the corner, listen for any sound but hear nothing. Just as you're about to make your move through, you hear something behind from the tunnel that you've just left after so there's probably enemies down there. Just left after crossing the fissure. You look back to see a group of hobgoblin guards running by the entrance of the tunnel and then hear one of them cross the fissure by the rope.
Nice!
You think that you counted about 15 hobgoblins crossing over. It would seem that taking this north tunnel was a lucky escape. Nice.
How lucky are we being?
We've said it now though, haven't we?
Yeah, that's it. It's running it. I'll just put hobgoblins down that way. Exclamation mark.
You turn the corner of the tunnel that you are now in and find that it leads west for just a few meters before reaching another corner which turns to the right.
Nice.
Leading north again. You continue. What are you doing, Dan?
Hello, Wesker.
Not on the wires. Don't eject my hard drive, please. Don't eject my hard drive. Fuck it. Where were we? You continue to follow the tunnel and around the corner. This turn leads to another short tunnel, and then ahead you see stone steps leading to the end in a square wooden trapdoor leading. This turn leads to another tunnel, and then ahead you see some stone steps leading up to the end in a square wooden trapdoor in the ceiling. Maybe this is the exit to take you out into the town, you hope. Turn to 205.
A trapdoor in the ceiling?
Yeah, so
yeah. Okay.
Cheers, bot. Yeah, I can't really get rid of the thing as well from here. I'd have to do it on my phone.
Oh, so it's stone steps going up into a trapdoor. Yeah, that sounds promising.
Alright, hopefully I just got rid of the bot and didn't ban one of you guys. Gone Hololive banned intended intel reason bot. Yes. I'm not sure if you guys can see the reasoning. Yeah, it's gone. Good.
You confidently climb the stone stairs towards the wooden trapdoor above. With some trepidation, you place your hands on the short wooden planks of the exit and push up. A little surprised, but with plenty of relief, the door lifts open without resistance. As it does, you feel a refreshing, cool breeze of the night across your face.
So let me get this right. We've gone past the fissure, we've gone round the corner, and we found a trapdoor, and we've entered the trapdoor.
Yes.
Okay. Continue.
You alright with that? You picturing it vividly?
Yeah, it seems more pleasant, apparently. It's the breeze.
It's on our face.
The breeze is flowing through.
You have lost track of how long you've been underground, but it is still dark outside. If you were using an oil lantern whilst underground, you realise that it is no longer working.
Okay.
Either the oil has all burnt up, or it has been damaged during your escapes. Shit, how are we gonna light the fire then? Cross out oil lantern, because that's gone. You look around but see no one, and so quickly climb up the final steps and out of the underground labyrinth of tunnels and caverns, closing the trapdoor behind you. Oh, I think we had fire-making stuff with us, didn't we?
Yeah, it's gone. Oil-based is no good.
You feel a sense of satisfaction mixed with relief that you have completed a major part of your quest as you now stand in the quiet streets of the town on the island of Adesfort.
So usually in these books, when you're in like the caves and stuff, that's like the end before the final boss. But we started in the caves and now we finally get into a town. It feels weird.
A town full of goblins, though.
Yeah, it's like, I suppose, sorcery when we got into the Mampang Temple.
Yeah. Wood, clay brick, and daub houses of 1 and 2 stories stand in darkness. No street oil lamps burn, nor torches. You hear no sounds. There isn't a soul in sight either. It's almost as if the town is dead. Even though there seems to be no one around, you realise that you're standing in the middle of the street and a prone target should a hobgoblin be lurking somewhere in the dark. You glance around for a side alley that you can hide in to check that your equipment to start the fires is still intact and not damaged in any way. After what you've been through up to now, it's quite possible that everything in your backpack is either broken or ruined. Ahead of you, north, the street leads on and looks a distance ahead to open out, though you can't see exactly how from where you stand. It could be a town square, you think, but from here it is too far away to see properly. To your left is a row of houses. There doesn't look to be any alleys or street entrances between the houses. To go this way and see if any of the doors or windows to the buildings are unlocked or accessible, go to 256. To the right is a similar set of houses with also what appears to be a couple of shops. To take a closer look at the shops, go to 221.
Mm-hmm.
Between one of the shops and a house, you can see a narrow alley. If you want to take the alleyway, turn to 298. This is a lot of options. Behind you, the street continues for about 100 metres and then ends in what looks like a large wooden gate. So we are literally in the middle, aren't
we? I'm hoping we can check all of these things.
Before coming on this quest, you had been informed that the town is enclosed by a high wooden fence, so this could be one of the town main gates. To investigate the gate, go to 234.
Should we go in order? Should we try and check out the houses? Maybe write down this page number as well, just in case we can't do these options again.
Okay. I might draw the square here.
Yeah. So we got houses on one side, we got shops on the other, and an alleyway, and then the gate at the top.
So, are you wanting to try and look at the houses?
Yeah, I feel like we should have a chance to check all the other places.
I don't know. We can try.
What page is that?
256 to look at the houses.
256. You hurry over to the left-hand side of the street to see if any of the houses or buildings offer a safe place. The first 2 houses are locked, but the third that you come to, the door opens easily. There is a musty smell inside and it is dark. Some moonlight does creep in, though, as you open the door. You step inside but leave the door open so that you can see a little. Stopping for a second to listen for any sound, you hear nothing. Satisfied that you are alone, turn to 250 to check your equipment if you haven't already done so, and then return here to continue.
Oh, okay, so let's go to 250.
Okay. Do you want me to just read this one? I'll do it.
Keep your finger on the page and come back. Yeah.
So we haven't checked what the halberd give is either.
No, maybe we do now.
Taking a moment to check your fire starting equipment, you open up your backpack. Making your way through the caves and tunnels of the island to reach where you are now was an arduous task, to say the least. You see that the leather skin containing your food rations has kept them safe.
Oh.
You lift out the fire steel, a small piece of alloyed steel from which sparks are struck by the sharp edges of chert rock. The fire steel is fine, and so too are the chert rocks with it. The last piece of equipment that you check is the charcoal cloth to catch the sparks and start the fire. Unfortunately, the charcoal cloth is soaked through and ruined. There is no way that you'll be able to start a fire with the wet cloth.
We can take our pants off.
That's true, we could do. I'm sure they're probably wet too, though.
After that swinging.
Yeah. You will need to find something else suitable, as the wood of the houses would not be so flammable that a single spark would start up the fire on its own. You are sure, though, that it shouldn't be too difficult to find another charcoal cloth in the town. You can now return to the last passage that you read before this and continue on with your quest.
So we need to find charcoal cloth.
Yes. So you don't see any immediate danger inside the building, so decide to investigate further into the room that the front door opened into. Turn to 216.
So we're still in the house?
Yeah. Exploring the house.
You step further into the dark building. It is deathly quiet, and you can see very little. If you are a dwarf, turn to 300. If you are an elf or a human, go to 319.
The dwarfs just... Do you reckon there's always little, like, passageways the dwarfs can only fit through or something?
Maybe, or there could be some, like, dwarf architecture.
Yeah. You walk cautiously into the room. Even though there is little moonlight, you can make out if there is actually anything such as furniture, but with your first steps you don't bump into any obstacles. Suddenly, as you walk further in, the floor just disappears from underneath you and you find yourself falling headlong forward and down. Make an agility roll. If successful, turn to 208. If you fail the roll, then go to 275.
I have a horrible feeling I'm going to fail this.
Hold this page just in case. This one.
This one?
Yep, and then we will make the dice roll. Agility roll again.
Okay, we need 8 or under. Oh, yes!
So, yeah, done it.
Oof. If successful, turn to 208. You fall for what must be nothing more than a couple of seconds and luckily manage to right yourself in the process and land on your feet. Standing up straight, you take in your surroundings. It is obvious that you are in a pit of sorts, though for what purpose the pit would have been dug, you don't know. Was it dug by the townspeople or possibly the hobgoblins? But what would they be hoping to keep or catch in it? You walk to the side with your arms outstretched and quickly reach a wall. It feels like clay. You reach up and stretching, you can just touch the top. With a jump, you should be able to haul yourself up and out. As you are about to try this, though, you hear a shuffling sound behind you and turn to see a figure in the darkness stumbling towards you. Red, glowing eyes pierce through the black. The figure is just a couple of meters away and you are hypnotically drawn to the glaring eyes.
Oh no, is it a vampire?
I don't know. You feel as if your energy is being drained from your body. Lose 2 life points.
No.
Have we got...
We
haven't got this scream sound.
Oh no. Yeah, basically I swapped out a hard drive for a new one and a lot of my sound effects have kind of disappeared.
We lost the scream sound.
We can get it back. It's from Resident Evil.
You realise that the man-like thing that is slowly coming towards you must have the ability to attack and destroy you with its intense glare.
Oh no.
The light from its eyes and the moonlight above shows that this thing was possibly once a living, breathing townsman, but now has half passed to the realm of the dead, while still clutching to some form of life here in this world. You must fight and defeat the half-living, half-dead monster before you can escape the pit. The monster has no physical weapon, but will keep trying to fix you with its hypnotic gaze. Its attack score is its chance of holding you in its trance grip, and the damage score will be the life energy that it drains from you.
Okay.
The creature will also take any of your life points via its damage score and add them to its own life points.
Oh, so any time it wins around,
basically, yeah.
Our life points.
It uses your life energy to fuel... That's cool. It uses your life energy to fuel its own undead existence.
Well, this is the first one like this. This isn't even Fighting Fantasy, but this is the first book where we've had an energy that can take our health and use it on itself, so that's really cool.
Any combat round where your attack score is the greatest, then add 1 extra point to your damage score that you inflict, as the undead creature has no defense against your physical strikes.
Nice.
Any combat where your attack score is the greatest, add an extra point.
So if we win, isn't it?
Yeah. So we basically take 6 instead of 5.
Enemy's attack score.
His attack score is 6.
Mm-hmm.
Plus a dice roll, yeah. Starting life point 6, and its damage score is 2.
So we kill it in 1 hit?
Yes.
And its damage is 2?
Yes. I don't know. It could get very messy with a few bad rolls.
Yeah, we've been doing all right so far, but we'll see. Cool. Yeah, it is cool, isn't it, John?
It is, yeah.
So I'm not sure if it's ever been done in Fighting Fantasy ones because we've not read them all, but is there anything cool like that where enemies do sap your health or...
No spoilers, though.
Oh, yeah, true. Well, you can tell us if it happens. Right, here we go.
Okay.
Oh, we haven't got a picture. What is it?
Yeah.
Undead man? I think we've got a zombie in there somewhere.
Zombie.
Yeah, that'll
nice.
Do.
Okay.
So, what's that, a 1?
He died.
2. So, Undead man is unfortunately dead.
Yeah, properly dead.
Super dead. It might crop in the later ones. They started getting quite complex. Oh, cool.
If you defeat the Undead Man, turn to 322.
Yeah.
Oh, poor fella. It's kind of wanting him to sap us a little bit.
Yeah. Suck his dry for a bit. 3, 2,
What's he got to crow about? Oh, I wish I had the little badumtus on my on the stream deck.
The undead creature's body falls back to the floor, finally dead. The shining red eyes turn blank and dark blood oozes out from the wounds caused by your weapon. Although it is likely this man was once a shield lander, something turned him into an undead monster. Some disease.
Oh no.
We haven't touched him, have we? Could it be that this is the reason why there doesn't seem to be a horde of hobgoblins in the town that you just expected?
Oh no.
To have been greeted by. No matter the situation, you still have a job to do. You should be able to quickly and easily haul yourself out of this and onto the side of the edge of the pit. To do this and investigate the room further by walking around the edge of the pit. Once out, go to 248. If you want to have a feel around in the pit to see if there's anything else in here. Oh,
fuck's sake.
This might be a checkpoint, I think.
Another checkpoint?
We've not failed the checkpoint yet, have we?
No.
Like, if we were dying every 5 seconds, we kept checkpointing it. I just think, right.
I want to feel around, but I don't want to get a disease.
Yeah, that is the main
story of my life.
I want to feel around, but I don't want to get diseases.
It's basically just wanders, but then it's probably nothing to do with the pit.
Yeah,
he
it's like a risk and reward.
Before he fell in the pit. Unless he fell in the pit and the pit is what diseases
you. The water
you.
in the pit.
Should we feel around?
Let's take a drink and let's feel around.
What's the checkpoint for the
322?
Okay.
Okay, so turn to 410 if you want to have a feel around in the pit.
Don't mind
Fishes are a risk for diseases, yeah. But we passed the fissure and we're now into the Yippy Bog.
Yippy Bog?
The Yippy Bog.
As you feel around on the floor of the pit to see if there is anything of interest or value, your hand brushes over what feels like material, fabric.
Ooh, ah.
Picking it up, you find that it is in fact a small cloth pouch and there is something inside. I thought it was going to be a rag.
It would be.
I got excited, I thought it was a rag.
It would be soaking wet though, wouldn't it?
You open the pouch and tip the contents into your other hand. 3 small, smooth, oval-shaped stones fall out of the pouch.
Okay.
From the marks on the stones, you quickly realise that these are dwarven rune stones.
Nice.
Although you don't know how these could be helpful to you right now, you put them back into the pouch and then into your backpack.
Mm-hmm.
There seems to be nothing else in the pit, and so reaching up, you pull yourself back out and investigate the room. Turn to 248. So that's good, surely. So we've got a pouch. Do you want to write it on there?
Yeah.
Pouch of dwarven runes. Oh, I missed that green wig.
How many? 3?
Yeah. Loot.
Yep. Epic loot. There we go. Dwarven runes times 3. 248. Making your way carefully around the edge of the room, you soon reach the opposite side. The moonlight doesn't reach this far in, but feeling across the wall, which is made of stone, your hand finds that the surface changes to wood, a door. You search for a handle, and soon you find it. There is no sound from the other side, and so you decide to turn the handle and try the door. It is unlocked, and with a creak, it opens away from you.
Nice.
The first thing you notice as you look through the doorway is that there is a light. Beyond the door is a small room about 15 feet wide and in depth. In the centre of the room is a wooden table on which is a lit oil lantern. You then hear a moaning sound and see to your left is a man hung up on the wall by chains around his wrists, his feet not reaching the ground. His head slumped down and he does not respond to your entrance, but there does seem to still be a little life in him from the groan that he just made.
Still warm.
To ignore the chained man and search around the room, instead go to 212. To go over to the chained man, turn to 342.
Oh, what if he's infected?
We're going to say that about everyone we come across in the
He's got the COVID.
He's being tortured for information.
And he's still alive. Okay, so he's possibly not infected.
We don't have to touch him.
We don't have to.
It's what he wants. That's what he's on the wall for.
Let's ask him what he wants.
Go on then. Go to the chained man.
Yay. Oh, to ignore him and search the room. Oh, should we go and see him?
Let's go and speak to him, I think. This could be our first bad decision, but we've got to find out, haven't we?
Yeah.
He's chained up. Talk to him and maintain it. Yeah. Hopefully this guy's got his COVID mask on. He's completely naked, chained to the wall, but he has a mask on.
Is he naked?
He's somewhat naked. That's what I picture anyway. He's got a gag ball in his mouth.
You go over to where the man is chained to the wall. As you get closer, he tries to raise his head, but hasn't even the energy to do that, though he's obviously aware of your presence. His feet are about a foot off the ground, so his head is just above yours as you stand before him. You can see that he has wounds to his body, and there is a lot of dried blood on the rags that he wears. His hair is matted with dirt and dried blood, and his eyes are swollen from bruising. Seeing that his lips are dried and cracked, you take out your water skin.
Pulp Fiction.
And holding the man's head up, you pour a little water into his mouth. He gulps down the water and tries to open his eyes, but the swelling is too bad. After you put your water skin away, you tell him who you are and why you are here.
There's a box in the corner. If you open it, a gimp jumps out and attacks you.
The man opens his mouth to try and talk, but the only words that come out of his mouth
Zed's dead, John. Zed's dead.
Are strained. Hobgoblins underground. His head then slumps down once more, and you realise that he is dead.
Okay. So he's told us about the trapdoor.
Yeah, but we've already been underground.
We might go back underground.
Was this a warning he was giving you? You're not sure exactly what he meant, but you have 3 options now. To leave the room and the building the way you came and back out onto the street, turn to 267. If you haven't already done so and want to search around the room, turn to 212.
Mm-hmm.
Alternatively, you can use the oil lamp that is burning on the table and try to start a fire here. What if there's other prisoners?
I would probably search the room.
Yeah, let's search the room. 212. Yeah, baby.
At first look, it seems to be nothing here except the chained man and the lamp on the table. You search around, and then under the table you notice that there is a small wooden trapdoor in the floor underneath. It is made of short planks about big enough for one person to fit through and has an iron ring handle on one side to lift it open. To open the trapdoor, turn to 347. If you haven't already done so and wish to check the chained man, turn to 342.
We don't want to open the door though. Do you have to open the door? But then it says if you haven't done so and wish to check the chain.
I guess we have to go down there.
No, that's not fair.
So open the trapdoor, turn to 347. If you haven't already done so and wish to check the chain man, turn, that's the only option, isn't it? So.
Yeah, 347. Oh no! We don't want to go back underground?
I don't know.
The trapdoors open upwards easily as you pull the metal ring.
We're going to be locked down there, though.
Maybe we don't have to go down. There seems to be a blue light emanating from somewhere in the tunnel. The open space below is just big enough for you to fit through freely, and climbing down, your feet touch the ground. You reach up to close the trapdoor behind you and take a moment to see where you are. You are standing in a tunnel just high and wide enough for you to stand and walk up straight without touching the sides. At waist height, set in the wall at about 3 meter intervals, are large blue gemstones emitting light along the tunnel. You check the nearest gemstone and find that it's firmly fixed into the rock wall and you wouldn't be able to pull it out. You can't imagine that this is a tunnel dug out by the hobgoblins, but has probably been here a long time. The tunnel goes on for as far as you can see from here, straight ahead, though you can hear nothing. You start walking cautiously and follow the tunnel for about 100 meters before it comes to a turning to the right. Stopping briefly to listen at the turning, you can hear what you think is the sound of someone coming.
I don't even want to make a sound effect.
I was going to as well, but then I stopped. To step around the corner and face who or whatever is making the sound, turn to 3, 4, 6. To wait for whatever it is to come around the turning, you turn... What? To step around the corner and face who is making the sound, turn to 3, 4, 6. To wait for whatever it is to come around to us, turn to 307.
Wait for it to come round to us?
Yeah.
We don't want to get covered, do we?
Do we not?
307, let's see what happens there. Waiting at the corner, you hear whatever it is coming down the tunnel, getting louder and closer.
It doesn't say that.
It does. Getting louder and closer. It sounds like someone running, but there's also a sound like a trundling cart or wagon.
Oh.
Okay. Whatever it is making the noise, then comes around the corner and almost bumps into you. It is a hobgoblin, and he looks to have a small wagon behind him that he is pulling along. The hobgoblin stands rigid for a second in alarm at seeing you. If you want to attack the hobgoblin, turn to 316. If you want to grab the hobgoblin by the throat and try and get answers out of him, turn to 361.
Yes, grab him by the throat.
He's gonna come harder if you do that.
Yeah, he went.
361.
How childish.
You do apologise, Philip. Shake him down, yeah.
You pin the hobgoblin up against the wall with a firm grip around his throat, tight enough for him to feel some pain. But not so much that he can't speak. Although the hobgoblins have their own language, of which you know a little, they also know enough of the common tongue, which you speak, to be able to understand what you say. Where are the rest of the hobgoblins on this island? How come I haven't seen many of your friends, you ask. The hobgoblin spits and you tighten your grip, making him choke a little. Speak, you filthy maggot, you threaten.
He's into the sadism, isn't he?
Gone, underground. The rats got most of us, he splutters out between gasps of air. And where did the rats come from? Even if you know the answer to that question from other encounters on the island, you want to hear it from the hobgoblin. We haven't heard about the rats, have we?
We did hear about rats. Someone mentioned the rats.
Did they?
I'm sure someone did. Maybe. I don't think we read them.
We brought them, but then they turned on us. We were tricked. He doesn't care about us. We're just slaves. Who, you say, pushing the hobgoblin harder? Who is this he that you speak of? You'll find out in time, says the hobgoblin, grimacing from your tight hold. Without realising, you loosen your grip as you pause to think on what the hobgoblin said, and the creature takes advantage of your lapse of concentration. Pushing you back, he quickly draws his short sword and attacks. You must fight the hobgoblin.
Okay.
Dun, Dun, dun.
He's the Hobgoblin Michael Hutchin. I don't know who that is.
No, I don't know who that is.
He's a politician or something. He's a sex fiend by the sounds of it.
Attack score 6.
Yep, damage.
Life points 10. Damage 2.
Okay, so life points 10. So 2 attacks, and he is done.
Yeah, if you defeat him, turn to 279. Bum, bum, bum.
Okay.
Nice.
Down to 5.
He should be thanking it.
Australian singer who purportedly died from autoerotic asphyxiation. Oh, nice. Well, I think there's been a fair few who've done that, really. David Carradine, is it?
Is that 6? Oh, it's 4, isn't it?
Yeah. Nice.
Nice.
He's dead.
Boom.
Kill Bill. He died of the same thing.
279.
You wonder who the he was that Hobgoblin was referring to. You'll probably find out in time, though, whether that will be on Adesfort or on the mainland. You don't know. Turn to 329. Ooh, loading.
I forgot we've got the whole thing on the mainland as well.
Yeah. Dated Paula Yates. Gotta tell you, I'm not sure who Paula Yates is either.
With the hobgoblin out of the way, you step up to take a look at what it was carrying in the wagon. In the wagon, cushioned by rags, are 3 bottles, each about the size of your hand. All of the bottles are full of different coloured liquids, green, red and yellow, and are sealed with a small cork stopper. There is also a large leather-bound thick book in the wagon. If you want to ignore the contents and continue east down the tunnel, turn to 362. To uncork the bottle with I hate these so much.
Bloody hell, I'm old. No, we just don't usually pay attention too much to stuff like that, really.
Yeah, anything to do with celebrities, no idea.
Video games and movies and fighting fantasy books, yeah.
To uncork the bottle with the green liquid and try it, turn to 352.
Okay.
To try the bottle with the red liquid inside, turn to 369. To try the bottle with the yellow liquid, turn to 373. To inspect the book, turn to 388.
If this isn't a trap, we're looking at green potion gives us life points.
But green could be poison.
Red, I don't know about red, but one of them might be fortune or medicine even.
Or piss.
Green has to be good, right? Yeah, you would have thought, but I don't know. Like the green traffic.
No, if you see green in fantasy places, it's usually poison. If it was real life and you had to pick one, you had to pick one. What would you pick? I think I would pick red. Because I would think green was poison.
Yellow and hope it was piss.
Yellow would be acid.
Green would be poison, wouldn't it?
Or apple.
Is it apple sour? These sours.
Like poison then.
He's got his wagon. He's got his book and he wants to sit down and have some sours. That's all he wants. It's hobgoblin.
Rivers, you wouldn't be drinking a bottle of yellow liquid in a dungeon, but you drink a green one.
I like Nemp's role playing.
Thank you, John.
So what should we do then? We can read the book as well.
We can read the book. Maybe the book tells you what to drink.
Yes. Or it's the book from Evil Dead and we're going to unleash hell.
But it's thick.
Even worse. Here we go. Let's read the book. You pick up the heavy book from the wagon. It is leather-bound and filled with thick parchment pages. Inscribed on the covers are runes which you cannot read. And so too, all of the pages inside are written in this rune text, of which you have no understanding. The only thing which you can read is the name along the spine. Exandibar.
Ooh, I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah. So EXZANDIBAR.
Yeah.
Maybe you heard this name before. Either way, you decide to keep the book and put it in your backpack. If you want to ignore or already have inspected the other contents of the wagon and continue down the tunnel to 362. If you haven't already done so, you or to try any of the other bottles, to uncork the bottle with the green liquid inside, try it, turn to 356, try the bottle with the yellow, or try the one with the red.
Should we not have any? Or is that really boring? Or should we checkpoint and try them all?
I think we checkpoint and try some. Yeah?
Alright, what's the checkpoint?
380. I'm also out of my yellow liquid, to be fair.
You are. What time are we on? Oh, we've got a bit of time left, you know.
Depends how long we don't have to go the full 90 minutes.
Yellow? John, are we going to go like middle diddle it and go yellow?
I think yellow probably will get fortune.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. But then again, we've got knowledge, medicine, and weapon. If we're going by those three, I reckon red gets your weapon points up, which I don't think it can go past 2 anyway. I'd say green was medicine and yellow was knowledge.
Yeah.
So what should we do then first? Green first? You made the checkpoint?
Yes.
356.
If I was going to drink them, I would go red, green, yellow.
Why?
Just strawberry.
I don't think that's what's going to be inside of the Bible.
But then I'd prefer apple over lemon, so...
356.
356. You uncork the bottle with the green liquid inside and take a smell. The stench is foul, but you decide to take a drink. Sometimes the best medicines smell the worst, you tell yourself. As the liquid slides down your throat, you suddenly feel invigorated.
So, hold 1 second. The hobgoblin who was just coming hard and loud and fast around the corner has left his 3 vials for us that smell foul and we're drinking them.
Yes.
Okay, continue.
Whatever the liquid was, it makes you feel great. Roll 2 dice and increase your life points by this number. There we go.
What? By this number?
Yes. But not over your starting level.
Oh, and what's our starting level? 15?
Yeah, so it'll be...
So what do we need to get as a...
Seems legit.
Okay, it's two dice.
Yeah, 2 dice. Hopefully you don't get another 1, and then we can put it up to... Nice, so we're back up to 15.
Nice.
In 3 pages you turn into a goblin, potentially.
Yeah, it's always an opportunity, isn't it?
If you want to ignore or have already inspected the other contents and continue east, turn to 362. If you've not tried any of the other bottles and want to try the bottle with the red liquid, turn to 369.
Do it.
To try the bottle with the yellow, turn to 373 to inspect the book. Do you want to, though, or do we just take our life points?
We've got the checkpoint.
Should we make a... We can't make another checkpoint.
No, we don't need another one.
Red liquid?
Let's go yellow.
Oh, yellow. 373.
In 3 pages, turn to... Yeah, sounds like a trap. Risk it for the biscuit. Yeah, we might as well. Am I rolling both dice again?
Hang on. Do you want to read this one?
Yeah, go on.
373. Why do people say risk it for a biscuit?
Because that's the reward, a biscuit. And Mr. Wesker down there, knows that rule. You take the bottle with the yellow liquid inside and cautiously smell the contents. It doesn't smell so great, but you decide the contents anyway. As soon as you drink the liquid, you seem to feel a sense of increased flexibility in your limbs. From now on, increase your agility score by 1 point when making agility rolls. So should we put that
So we got to 10?
Should we put that to 9 plus 1?
Yeah. This is going too good. Let's not drink the red one.
We got the checkpoint. And if we decide to go back, we'll just keep these what they are and not have to read them again, basically. So, where's it gone? So yeah, we get +1 basically in agility rolls. If you want to ignore these, blah blah blah. Red liquid, 369.
It's gotta be bad.
369. This is cocaine.
It's the fact you can try more than one.
What?
We can't all be good.
What's cocaine, John? Like the things in the vials, or this? What's the word? Exhilarating experience.
Oh no.
Go on.
My strawberry's not gonna pay off. You take the bottle with the red liquid inside and uncork it. A sweet smell instantly fills the air. You put the bottle to your lips and take a drink to find that it tastes as sweet as it smells. That sweetness soon disappears, though, as the liquid goes down your throat and you feel a burning sensation. Roll 1 dice and deduct the rolled number from your life points.
3.
The pain continues as you rub and grab at your throat. Is this how your adventure is to end, you wonder, at the hands of some kind of poison? Just as you're about to accept this to be your fate, the pain in your throat stops as quickly as it started. It seems that this time you are lucky, though it pays to remember that not all sweet things are truly so. Mm-hmm. If you want to ignore, blah, 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 should we take that as our forfeit? Deduct 3 life points.
Yeah, that's fine. We've got 20 potions. I'm pretty sure we can actually use them at any point.
So the only option now is to continue down the tunnel, 3-6.
Should we deduct? Should we deduct a provision and go back to 15?
Yeah. How much do we get back with
it's 5, isn't it? So there we go. We're back to 15 and we've used the provision.
3-6-2.
You continue on down the tunnel as it turns eastward around the corner.
Oh.
The gemstone... Yeah, do you want to write that? Never drink the red. Oh. Unless it's got a mixer. Stay away from the red for me. So you continue down the tunnel as it turns eastward around the corner. The gemstones set into the wall light your way as you walk, unobstructed and without incident for about 100 meters. You eventually see ahead that the tunnel comes to an end at a metal spiral staircase, which leads up to an ornate wooden door. With no other options or exits, you begin to ascend the stairs. Reaching the door, you are amazed at the decoration that has been carved into the wood. This is obviously the work of a very highly skilled craftsperson. On the right-hand side of the door is a brass handle. You turn the handle down and the door opens easily away from you. The door leads to a splendidly decorated room about 20 feet by 20 feet. The floor is covered with a thick, deep purple coloured carpet. On the walls hang paintings, both portraits and landscapes. There are 2 paintings on each wall to your left and right. Straight ahead, filling the opposite wall, is a large mirror, in which you see your reflection. You step through the door and into the room, and as you do, a figure appears in front of you. The figure, though, does not look solid. It is a ghost or some form of hallucination. Or a trick, you wonder. Greetings, says the figure in a resplendent voice. The figure is that of a man dressed in a long robe of aqua blue that covers him from shoulder to the carpeted floor. His hair is pulled back into a long ponytail and a wide smile greets you as he continues. It is so long since I have had visitors. To what purpose do I owe the pleasure? If you want to tell the man who you are and your purpose on the island, turn to 393. If you want to ask the man who he is, first of all, then turn to 377. Should we find out who he is?
Yeah, definitely.
He's got to be a mage or something. 377.
He could be evil.
He could be. He's got a ponytail.
And a robe.
And a robe.
The man laughs and says, I see, a wise traveller. You want your questions answered before giving your own game away.
Exactly.
Well, as you don't look like any of the foul creatures that are now roaming this island, I will tell you. My name is Zanzibar.
Nice.
If you've been on the island a while, you may have already met my assistant, Brinthar. We haven't met Brinthar, have we?
Don't think so.
Though Brinthar never lets on that information. As you're probably able to clearly see, I am not a flesh and bone man, but I once was.
You think Brinthar was the orc? The goblin that we just came across?
Surely not.
He was carrying his vials on a wagon.
Oh no, I hope not.
Uh-oh.
I am or was one of the greatest wizards of Alcantria, and I can say greatest with confidence, which is why I am able to exist in this form long since my physical body wore out. The image you see before you now is as I was in my younger days, about 100 years ago. A wizard's work, though, is never finished, and I still thirst for more knowledge, hence why I use my magical powers to stay as part of the mortal world. When the body is gone, the soul and spirit still lives on, but not everyone can do this, of course. Now it's your turn. What is your story? You explain to Zanzibar why you are here on Adesfort, and he listens intently before answering. I see. Well, that's good news. Myself, personally, I never get involved in the matters of others. Some may call it selfish, but I really don't have the time or energy to waste on such things, knowing that as one evil is defeated, another soon comes to take its place. But I can maybe help you. The tunnel through which you just traversed is lined with blue gemstones. These gemstones have the power to not only give off light, but to also destroy the undead creatures of this world.
Nice.
If you haven't already run into any of them, I'm sure that you will soon enough. That'll be the red-eyed guy then.
The zombie.
Probably. Maybe there's loads. I will give you one of the blue gemstones to take with you on your quest. If you met Talbard in the first part of this adventure whilst making your way through the underground caves and tunnels, turn to 392. If not, turn to 402.
So what do we have? A blue gem.
We have a blue gemstone. It destroys undead creatures.
Nice. And what was the choices again?
So we've met Talbard. So we go to 392. More loots.
Nice.
Loots.
I think this is probably a good time to wrap it up. We've made it through the caves, through the caverns, past many a hobgoblin, and through the trapdoor, and we have come into the company of Exandivar, the magician, the mage, the wizard, and he's given us a blue gemstone. So I feel like we're going to be moving on to sort of the next part of the quest line now, where we have to probably escape through here with our gemstone and kill lots of undead creatures. So I think this is a good time to wrap it up. So thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to Philip for showing us this book, because we are having a good time reading it. And I can't wait to see what happens with part 3. So thank you all for watching. And like I said, if you haven't already checked out this book or Philip's work, then there will be a link below and you can find it, because we're having a good time with it, and I think you will too. So see you guys with part 3 very soon.